Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tournament 24 of Omega. This is OMEGA³ Upper Limit. My name is Caleb Coldcloud. As per usual, I will be your host for this evening. Last week, we have 5 semifinalists, none of them new semifinalists. Very strong competitors. 2 of them made it to the back half of Stage 7. And it is absolutely nuts. But, of course, we didn't have a contest. We didn't even have a final. So the jackpot this week is $880,000. And with this particular version, the jackpot increases exponentially. Yeah. And as per usual, of course, we have Radium for stats. Okay. It's time to kick this thing off. So let's do it. Long story short, in the aftermath of OMEGA² a new universe was discovered. So for Stage 1, we go back to where it all began. At least, what's left of it. Stage 1 is Arcadia Resort. Or, sorry, Ruins of Arcadia. I'm so used to saying Arcadia Resort because it's Arcadia. 7 obstacles, time limit of 105 seconds. And we've removed the keys to the Kingdom Heart because it broke the leaderboard. And the play rates and stuff. First obstacle is around the world. And I believe it's similar to the Sonic Curves. Athletes run across a long series of angled steps, Sonic Curve style, before jumping up to a very low hanging ring, pulling up to avoid touching down below, and below them, swinging into safety. In the WNL qualifier. Rocket launcher. And it is inspired by the... it is inspired by the kids and mature kids version of Monster Swing. 2 rocket holds attached to long preloaded swinging arms. Proto Sasuke. Candy Cane Rush. Competitors ride an angled board with handle holds down a slider track, then time their chain to a second angled board. Acceleration Path is competitors jumping off a forward-moving treadmill to a rope swing, similar to Ejector, but smaller and with a slower treadmill. Dipper Pendulum is a combination of the Big Dipper and Double Pendulum. Competitors ride a bar down a curved track and use their momentum to jump to a sandbag on a pendulum. Icarus Glider, also from Proto Sasuke. Competitors build up momentum on the start platform and jump to a ring, using their momentum to time the dismount to move the ring up a slightly ascending track, timing their dismount to a balanced landing. Aquatize Escape from Muso. 3 walls. The first you go over, second you go through with a tiny gap near the top, third you go over with a metal bar near the top. Time limit 105 seconds. Top 75 move on, bottom 25 don't. 25 eliminations in this opening stage, which is about to kick off right now. First to run tonight, and that was timed nearly perfectly. Awesome. Running first tonight. First of several debutants. Hailing, I believe, from the Philippines. Angie Raiden.
Yes, the Philippines.
Okay. And I apologize in advance for any mispronounced names or wrong flags or visual errors. Raiden with a 25.76 on the clock. Grace Carr. And by the way, debutant emblem. We're going to be seeing that a lot in these first few runs, or several runs. Paul Stockel. And their first fail on the Dipper Pendulum. Eshed Ottman, first returnee. Ooh. Worst time so far. First chatter, Jeffrey Ritchie. Never mind. Not the return he wanted. Speaking of big returns, we haven't seen this dude since Tournament 1. Max Prince. Whoa. Not the worst time, but could have been better. Grant Keeningham. Whoa. That one's even significantly worse. Kane Clark. Dipper Pendulum. takes him out early on. He does reach the middle of the stage, though, which is good. Running next, Victoria Kramer. Never mind. Casey DeViti, former Chatter's champion, beats the Klaxon. Viktor Wojcik. Oh. Candy Cane Rush. Gutsigorz-Nieko. Never mind. Lucas Killian making his first attempt in OMEGA3. Whoa, second best time by 32 hundredths. Nearly a third of a second. Damn, that's impressive. Aikenstein. Ooh, Alcatraz escape. Fails it once, but 22 seconds. He's got that. Top 3. And here comes my co-host, Benny Kins. No, Benny, no! An early oh, man. Can I be honest? To the viewers, we did a run with Keys to the Kingdom on the stage. Then he beat the stage, and at this point, he fails the first obstacle. That is actually tragic. Sorry, Benny. Benny. Not Benny. I can't freaking talk. Ah! Lavalley. Not a great time comparatively. Still got a lot of runners to go. No, you keep Araki. Whoa, Dipper Pendulum. Yoki making his first attempt in Omega. Doesn't make the same mistake. In fact, a tenth of a second away from taking the lead from Angie Raiden. Vadim Timonov, one of the first Russian competitors, of course, just gets into the top 5. And the Beast, James McGrath. Whoa, save on AP and a fail on Dipper Pendulum. Baumgartner, we haven't seen him since for nearly half of this competition's lifetime. I can't talk. He fails the first off. It's rough. Around the world is difficult. Loose cannon. Okay. Ooh, he takes the lead from Raiden. Around the World is rated as a 4. Oops. Flip. And his first attempt in OMEGA3 just misses out on the top 5. By around just over a second. Skusta. Dipper Pendulum. Man, that's tough. Running at the first quarter of the roster, Kai Yo. Dipper Pendulum. James Burns, we're going to see a lot of fails on that. Just in the top 10, but not where you want to be at the moment. 12 fails so far. 25 eliminations. Tom Alberti. Ooh, wow! Tom Alberti takes the lead on the leaderboard by several seconds. That's crazy. Ishay Halfin. Oh, the Icarus glider. Such a tricky obstacle. Can't take these obstacles for granted. They will come back to bite you. And Ishay Halfin fails that obstacle for the second week in a row. Well, at least Rennie's not last. Suskin. Oh, he's definitely moving on. Oh, he takes second. He's going to get to stage 2 for the first time in his career. And ladies and gentlemen, stage 5 nameplate. First person to wield it. Ethan Gardiolski, former Chatter's champion. Save an AP. And he gets second. Whoa. Oh my god. He's ahead of Suskin by a second and a half. Max Gunna. 94. Puts him in the top 5. Brady Parks, we haven't seen him in several weeks. In 10 weeks, actually. Maybe 11 weeks. Dipper Pendulum. There's already wanted. The catalyst of the All-Stars, Kane Koski, held the Dragon Fair. Just in the top 10. Okay. Not too bad. Elijah Browning, though, trying to make it a quarter of the way through the course. And he just might get an eighth of the way through. Just in the top 5. Bo Lewis. Ooh, multiple fails on AE. And he gets one of the worst times so far. The mentor, Brett Sims. Ah, the rocket launcher. Whoops. Ashlyn Herbert. Ooh, Flashland Ashlyn. 400ths difference between second and third. Whoa, that's crazy. Asa Lashesa Reynolds, former finalist. And he takes second. Oh, 28, 30, 32. Damn. Last of the debutants tonight, Hollis Ransom. And he's out on the first obstacle. That is right. Kevin Brecky. Whoa, DP is so difficult. Joseph Joe Capobianco. 7-17, just in the top 5. And next, Brooks Bieber. We haven't seen them in a minute. Saving on the last wall of AE. Just outside the top 15. Riley Hume. We've seen him in a few weeks. IG. Icarus Claire. So difficult. Xavier Dantzler. First attempt in OMEGA3. Just in the top 10. Nearly halfway through the roster. Luke Allen running this. Oh! Just could not figure out Alcatraz escape fast enough. Failed on every single wall. That is tragic. Oh! This dude has somehow managed to miss out on the entirety of OMEGA2, by the way. That is actually tragic. Eli Doggin making his first attempt in OMEGA3, and he clears. Just in the top 10. Oh, Yannick. No. 47 runs in. With 27 clears. I believe that is 19 fails. Ooh. Slightly lower end times. Not overall. Daniel Gill. Kingdom Ninja. We haven't seen him in OMEGA3 yet. Whoa, that's kind of a rough run. Not the best start for Kingdom Ninja so far. But he could improve. Don't mind the Don't mind Bernardo. I mean, yeah. I may or may not have misspelled the word firefighter. Oh, he's got one of the worst times so far. Last week's best debutant, B. Rubio. And I know for a fact that she's not from the, whoops, the frickin', I just,
Yeah, she's from Spain.
yeah, she's from Spain.
Not.
I'm gonna have to fix it.
I think he's Spanish competitive in this one.
If there is, then I will get to fixing it. That's I think there are any other ones in the 80s. Let me fix it really quick. Am I the... Yes, Black Spain. Yes, this is how I make nameplates. There we go, now with a fixed nameplate. Renee Castle. Oh, he fails again on Dipper Pen. Nope, he gets a new personal best by 1 obstacle. 35th though. Probably may not be good enough to move on. The technician, Tyler Smith, former finalist. This is one time at Icarus Collider. And if he didn't, he would have gotten a, that cost him several seconds. Damn. Continuous Noirel. Uh, 2802 save on AE. Leo Provo ring next. Oh no, that's wrong. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. Slowly but surely approaching the point we're going to start seeing elimination. Only 25 of them in this opening stage. Zach Toussaint trying to get past the second obstacle. He will! And he clears. Just outside of the top 10. Hans Hutz. Nearly just digested them by accident. Dipper Pen. So difficult. What is Dipper Pen? Again, a 6. Probably going to be the killer of the stage for sure. Mr. Burnout, Jared Boyd. Whoa. He's in the top 10. Up in town, Chong Klong. Trying to reach stage 2, he may not. That's rough for the chatter. Isaiah Thomas, former finalist. One fail on AE. Gets a 26.92 just outside the top 10. Taylor Green. I need to fix her name. Good enough for 7th. Damn, that's actually impressive. Kai Beckstrand, former AEW finalist. 31-35. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Fixed. Kane Lebsack. Also, Taylor Green. Kai Beckstrand got 2nd. I didn't even see that. Damn. Just under a full second. 1.02 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, D Render running next. Oh, rocket launcher. Very early fail from the chatter. That is rough. Tatsuya Tada. Ooh, just on the top 5. Roberto Guermore. Oh, the rocket launcher. Very early fail for the brother of an A&W finalist. Jackson Erdos. Number 1 ninja in the world. I need to fix his nameplate as well. And he takes first from Tomo Birdie by 1.7 seconds. Damn. Ray Patel takes 3rd by 1400s. Donovan Matoyer. No! The former Chatter's champion. Out on CCR. And Leon Sharif, meanwhile, making his first attempt in OMEGA³ gets in the top 10. Ends the day for Rory Wilson. Let me see. Okay, we got time for the groups. Ends the day for Rory Wilson. We're a few runs away from seeing our first elimination. Wilson gets top 5. And every member of the top 5 so far has more than 30 seconds on the clock. Hayate Kachihara. The Black Tiger skips in the top 15. Clermont Gravier. Whoa, trying to get back to the back half. He gets in the top 5. And he is 32 seconds behind Kai Beckstrand. 32 hundredths of a second. Fabian Scheitner, running out the third quarter of the roster. Probably good enough to move on, but it's going to be close. We're going to see our first elimination. And it may be Hollis Lansford. He'll be eliminated by a man we haven't seen in a very long time. The man who beat Mount Bittercold, Oliver Lutman. And he gets a clear, eliminates Lansford. Baumgartner is on the bubble. Bennykins may be about to follow suit. Let me fix Erdos' nameplate. There we go. Snyor Samyanj. In his first attempt in OMEGA³ failing the acceleration path is not going to be good enough to move on. Baumgartner's out of it, and unfortunately Bennykins is next. Running next is the salesman. And he fails the rocket launcher. Once again, he may not move on. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, here come the Folsoms. Starting with Phil. And of course, he takes the lead by 62 hundredths of a second. That's crazy. Ready next, the Papal Ninja, Sean Bryan. Legs Miyako. Bennykins is unfortunately out of it. Victoria Kramer's on the bubble. Sean Bryan reigning next. Bennykins first attempt in OMEGA³ 37. Eliminates Kramer. Richie's on the bubble. Riley Hume guaranteed to move on now. He's been guaranteed to move on. Max Feinberg. Eliminates Richie. Puts Brett Sims on the bubble. With a 26.51. Jake McClintock. Trying to get to the back half. Failing Dipper Pendulum. Probably good enough to move on. Yeah, it's going to be close. Oof. Oh boy, that's going to be close. Yeah, Ishe Halpin is guaranteed to move on. Ryosuke Miyaoka, the salary man. 27.28. Saving on DP. Eliminates Gong D-Render. Puts the salesman on the bubble. Gavin Obi. Gavin Obi. I can't talk. 32.65. A third of a second separating him and Tom Alberti. Here comes our champion. He failed the first obstacle last week. The biggest fall off in Omega history. He beat the course a few weeks ago and then failed the first obstacle last week. But champion's a champion. ANW and Omega, Caleb Bergstrom. Didn't fail the first obstacle. In fact, he gets 23rd. Eliminates Garamore, puts Wojcik on the bubble. Roberto Garamore, sorry. Texas Ninja trying to get past the first stage for once. Vance Walker. And I think he will. Saving on AE, getting just out of the top 10. Eliminates Wojcik, puts Matoya on the bubble, and Luke Beckstrom running next. Ooh. 13th. Eliminates Matoya, puts Avantang Chongquang on the bubble. One champion to another, Jay Lewis, our inaugural champion. 31.06, 2 spots away from the top 5. Eliminates Avantang. Samiyach is on the bubble. Sam Folsom running next. 13th, eliminates Samiyach. Puts Brecky on the bubble. Ishe Halpin, still guaranteed to move on. Isabella Folsom. Another case of a woman getting the number 90 spot. 21st place, just outside the top 20. Eliminates Brecky. It's Paul Stockel on the bubble. Top 10 from last week. Jan Tatarovic, the only one of them to not reach stage 6. Saving on around the world. Good enough to move on. 55th is not where you want to be. Eliminates Stockel. Kane Clark is on the bubble. Noam Jr. And by the way, stage 6 nameplate named after FTL. gonna see that later, hopefully. Noah Munier running next. 15th place. Eliminates Kane Clark, puts Kai Diol on the bubble. Philip Scott finally became your last chatter standing, or your chatter champion last week. He runs next. Ooh, save on AE and getting a 57th position. Eliminates Kai Diol, puts Naoyuki Araki on the bubble. And running next is Noxagermo. Approaching our new semifinalist from last week. Noxagermo gets 26th, eliminates Araki, puts Guster on the bubble. Running next is... there we go. K-Rod, Kevin Rodriguez. Ooh, 29.02. Scooter's out of it. Beast is on the bubble. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your Stage 7 nameplate for Amalgamated Afterlife. Jun Sato, the president of the JPA. Ooh, a save on DP. Multiple fails on AE. Gets him into 53rd. Still moving on. Eliminates with Rat. Hans Hertz on the bubble. Aaron Majiakomo. Jun Sato. Oh, Majiakomo's out of it. First member of the top 10 gone. Majiakomo is out of it. I was gonna say Jun Sato failed the first obstacle of Stage 7. The new Stage 7. Loic Fortier nearly got to the back half of Stage 7. So he's gonna try to do it again. 62nd, gonna have to move on. Oof. Last two to get eliminated, maybe Yannick and Brady Parks. Here comes the Prince, Yusuke Morimoto. This is once on IG. It's in the 54th. Eliminates Brady Parks. Yannick's on the bubble. Jake McClintock's guaranteed to move on. He's happy. Your last man standing from last week. The one of only two people to reach the back half of Stage 7. Amir Malik. And he fails the first obstacle. No shot. 2 weeks in a row. That's crazy. 2 weeks in a row. The number 100, the last man standing from last week, fails the first obstacle. Oh, that I'm gonna name that the champion's curse. That's crazy. Yannick just moves on by the skin of his teeth. The only reason he did was because of that choke from Amir Malik. Killer of the stage, of course, Dipper Pendulum. How many debutants left? Check that right now. We have 9 debutants. Let's start. And we're gonna check to see how many are left. Radon, Race Car, Stockel's out of it. Max Prin's still in it. Kinnigum's in it. Kane Clark's out. Kramer's out. Timonov's in it. And Lanford is out of it. That puts us at 5 chatters left. Sorry, not chatters, debutants. I'm getting them confused, damn it. How many women? Grace Carr. Carr. B. Rubio. And I believe that might be it.
Isabella Folsom, is she in?
Isabella Folsom, she's number 90. Yep, that's 3. So let me check one more time. Grace Carr. B. Rubio. And Isabella Folsom. Because the other two were Victoria Kramer and Taylor. Wait, Taylor Green? Nope, she's still in. We got 4 women left. 4 women, 5 debutantes. How many chatters? The only one who's not a multiple of 5 is Akenstein. He's number 14. Davidi and Gardiolski. Akenstein's still in it. Lewis. Allen. 5. Bernardo. Provo. Scheibner. And Sean Bryan. And Philip Scott, if I recall. Yes, putting us down to 10. 10 chatters. 4 women. 5 debutantes remain. Let's move on to stage. The BGM's ready, and we will kick that off right now. Okay. I gotta get the intros. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Long story short, in this parallel universe, I read the wrong intro. There are certain places that are similar but not identical to the ones we remember, including, of course, a review of the certain test of the brain. Stage 2 is Manjo Maze Mark II. It consists of a lot of obstacles, 7 of them. First is the glass maze. Pretty much self-explanatory. Glass maze, a set of winding corridors that are totally transparent, so competitors will need to feel their way through. You must then do a split decision, the first of 3, between the rope labyrinth and alphabet parlay. Rope labyrinth is an easy version of the rope maze, because the rope is on a zip line, meaning it's much easier to traverse. Or alphabet parlay. What is 2 after D to F? That's essentially what alphabet parlay is. Then run 0.2 miles to the second split decision between pole maze and tactical parlay. Pole maze is self-explanatory. Tactical parlay, 2-digit subtraction equation. Then run another 0.2 miles to Hawkeye Road. Remember the Hawkeye from Viking? Now there's 3 of them, with progressively larger cylinders and a rope climb after each one. Another 0.2 miles you must run to the last 0.2 miles to the last of the split decisions. Peg maze. From, I believe, Cunningham's Cookout Classic. Check to be sure. Yep. Cunningham's Cookout Classic. Self-explanatory. And 4 Memory Tower from Ninja Warrior France. Power Tower, but with booby traps. You gotta memorize where the booby traps are, or risk getting DQ'd, and that would suck. And then Spider Maze. We've seen it in Sasuke Prime, which probably won't be coming back anytime soon, because competitors jump from a trampoline to spider walls reminiscent of the jumping spider. Short spider climb, then a spider drop, then a zigzag climb, and opening 2 heavy doors similar to the spider trap. And finally, of course, Pythagoras. You're on a conveyor belt. There are 8 gates in front of you. For each gate, you must solve a 2-digit addition or subtraction equation. Time limit is 434 seconds. Top 55 advance, bottom 20 don't. 20 eliminations in this one. We're gonna kick it off once again with age and rated. I'll turn the music down a little bit. There we go. Here's where we are. 10 chatters, 4 women, 5 debutantes left. Raiden kicking things off. Spider Maze takes him out of it. Decent start, though. Very deep into the course. To the stage. Race car. Ooh, oh! Coming out on gate 4 of Pythagoras. Paul. Nope, he's out of it. Eshed Otzman. First member representative of Israeli tonight. Of Israel. Taken out by Hawkeye Road. Max Prinz, he's finally back in the fray. And he's out on the first of the crossroads. And that easily puts him in. Kinningham. Another debutant taken out by Hawkeye Road. AC DeViti. And she gets stage 3. No! Hawkeye Road takes her out as well. She's not last, though. Killian running next. Hawkeye Road as well. Proving to be very tough for the champ for these competitors early on. Aikenstein. And he times out on gate 1 of Pythagoras. Next, Evan LaValle. Oh, misses once on Warp Wall. Coming out on Pythagoras. And next is Masashi Hioki. He makes it to stage 2. Can he get farther? No, Spider-Man's. Putting him into 5th. Again, only 20 eliminations this time. Vadim Timonov. Whoa, Spider-Maze. Just in the top 5. The loose cannon, RJ Roman. Ooh, gate 1. Putting him into 3rd. Flip. Ooh, maybe 2nd. And Grace Carr takes the lead. Has the lead by... Huh? Over 20 seconds. Probably because of the crossroads. James Burns. Hawkeye Road again. So tough. Tom Alberti. Ooh! Oh, wow! He gets to a 10-second penalty on gate 3. Getting to gate 4, or I think that's gate 3 still. And for each question you get incorrect, you get a 10. You must. You're given a 10-second penalty. Ishe Halfman finally gets a new personal best after what happened last week. Oh, hold on! Pythagoras! He gets 5th. Does. Oh, by the time he got there, he already ran out of time. Suskin got a new personal best. Matt Suskin. Ooh, Memory Tower. So difficult. You cannot take one of these obstacles for granted. It will come back to bite you. It is so tough. And it only gets tougher. Ethan Gardowski knows that all too well. Hawkeye Road takes him out as well. Puts him in the bottom 3. That's rough. Gouda. Spider-Man. And oh my god, Kane made it to stage 2. Ooh, and he gets 3rd. Kane Kosugi. Wow. Kane Kosugi, sorry. Catalyst of the All-Stars doing really well early on. Elijah Browning, meanwhile. Spider-Maze takes him out as well. Currently in 9th. Good enough to move on, I think. No, not yet. Bo Lewis. And they're out of it on Alphabet Parlay. At least they're not last, but they're second last. Not where you want to be. Flashland Ashland. Hawkeye Road. It's so tough. Former finalist Asa Reynolds. Oh, oh my god! He reaches gate 7. Good freaking lord, we may have a clear. I'm getting the clear VGM ready. Jesus. How do you respond to that? Joseph Joe Capobianco. Spider-Man. Such a tough set of obstacles. Such a tough course. It only gets harder. Brooks Bieber. Oh, Memory Tower. For save on the warp wall. Riley Hume. This is a mix of cyberspace and Scalding Shores with elements of Mandrill Maze. Xavier Dantzler. Spider Walk. Spider Maze, sorry. Ooh. The top 5 have all made it to Pythagoras. Luke Allen. No. 27th out of 29. Dang it. Maybe just reaches Pythagoras. Run to gate 2. Yannick. Failing Hawkeye Road. Oof. I haven't seen this man in a while. Another Hawkeye Road victim. Kingdom Ninja Daniel Gill. 2-time AEW champion. Reaches gate 4 of Pythagoras after a save on the Spider Maze. Bernardo. Mike Bernardo right next. Refreshes a bit of stamina, takes a bit of time, but he times out at the peg maze of all things. And ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately that means we have a fail in the peg maze. B. Rubio has a shot at a new personal best. The personal best is either Rope Labyrinth or Alphabet Parlay. And she's got it! She's got a new personal best and times out at the Spider Maze. Of all the ways to fail on Spider Maze, a timeout is not what I thought would be happening. Nope, it already looked. Renee Castley, the circus artist. Whoa. Incurs a 10-second penalty on Pythagoras. Cost him the rest of his time. Technician Tyler Smith. Gate 4 puts him in the top 3. Not bad. That's really good, actually. Matthias Norrell. He's known for being quick. He may clear it. He does! Matthias Norrell is our first clear on the new version of Mandrill Maze Mark II. We have a clear. I have still not decided what the cash prize is. I think I have. I will check to be absolutely sure. It is... I've not awarded one yet. But, I mean, holy crap, a clear is a clear. That's crazy. You know what? $40,400. Actually, no, $50,000. Leo Provo. Memory Tower. Multiple fails on the warp wall. Timing out on the Sea of Poles. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto, the ace of the Black Tigers. Yamada watching on as he reaches gate 6. Zach Toussaint. Oh, he reaches Pythagoras. Getting to gate 3. Mr. Burnout. Sarah Boyd. Gate 5. Not too bad. Former finalist Isaiah Thomas. And he... No! No! That is genuinely a heartbreaker. He times out on the run to the buzzer. Oh, that sucks. Taylor Green, I still need to fix her freaking nameplate. Here we go. Taylor Green. Oops, almost digested her by accident. Hawkeye Road. Thanks to the former LWS. That is the wrong emblem for Kai Beckstrand. Damn, multiple visual errors. Gate 4, not too bad. Definitely good enough to move on. Lepsack. We are 45 runs in. And another fail in the peg maze for Caden Lepsack. Pasiatata. Ooh, gate 5, just in the top 10. Jackson Erdos, former #1 ninja in the world. Getting to gate 2 of Pythagoras. Josiah Pipel. Another victim of Hawkeye Road. Ileon Sharif. Gate 5, makes it halfway through Pythagoras. Damn. Enzo De Ferrari Wilson. Never mind. Alphabet Parlay puts him into second to last. 50th out of 51. Kajihara. We're more than 50 runs in, 2/3 of the way through what's left of the roster. Another fail on peg maze for the member of the black. Nope, the idol. Clement Gravier. Winning next. Oh, he clears as well! Clement Gravier. The tragic hero of Omega is $50,000 richer. I believe he did it in cyberspace as well. In Omega 2. If I recall correctly, it was like one of 3 people, 3 or 4, maybe 6 people, one of several people to pull that off in Omega 2 in Tournament 23. 2 clears so far. We may have more. As we move on to Fabian Scheibner. Scheibner timing out on the zigzag climb of the spider maze. Lutman. Oh, spider maze. So close. Penultimate obstacle. Here come the foursomes. Phil first. Spider maze. Eliminates Max Prinz. And was he one of the debut? No, he was not. Actually, yes, he was. 4 debutants left. Enzo on the bubble. Former finalist, second eliminated. Sean Bryan. Papal Ninja running next. Reaching Pythagoras, getting into the top 8. That is very impressive. Max Feinberg. Finally reached the back half of the course. Spider Maze takes him out of it for now. Eliminates Bo Lewis, puts Luke Allen on the bubble. Fabian Scheibner is guaranteed to move on. Jake McClintock. Saving on Hawkeye Road. Reaching Pythagoras and incurring multiple 10-second penalties. We're getting just one and then not costing him the rest of his time. Game to get 2. Eliminates Luke Allen. Davidi's on the bubble. Mioka. Salaryman saving on Hawkeye Road multiple times. Game to gate 4 Pythagoras. Eliminates Davidi. Former Chatter's champion. Gurgioski's on the bubble as we move on to Gavin Obi. Ooh, oh. 1, 2 10-second penalties consecutively. He fails on gate 2 twice and times it out on gate 3. Here comes our champion, Caleb Bergstrom. Baby Bergie, no! Save on gate 7, timing out on gate 8. Good enough for the top 5, though. Eliminates Lucas Killian, puts Taylor Green on the bubble as we move on to Vance Walker, Texas Ninja. 5-time semifinalist, failing on the Spider Maze. Good enough to eliminate Taylor Green, though. Yannick on the bubble. Luke Beckstrand. Saw his brother Kai earlier. He now watches on as Luke Beckstrand reaches gate 6 of Pythagoras. Very impressive run, though. Luke Beckstrand seems to be consistently one-upping his brother Kai right now. That's interesting. Another champion, Jay Lewis. Our inaugural champion. Reaching gate 2 of Pythagoras. Sam Folsom. Barnburners watching on. As he reaches gate 6 after a save on gate 3. And Isabella Folsom capping it off for the Barnburners. And timing out on the run to gate 5. Damn. Very impressive. It's left of the top 10, Tatarovich. Getting to gate 2. Keeningham's out of it. Ashlyn Herbert is out of it. And did I miss any more debutants? I don't think I did. Oxman, Yannick, Taylor Green. Yeah, I didn't miss any more debutants. It was just Grant Keeningham. Noah Muniu. Gonna get back to FTL. Saving on Pythagoras. Incurring a 10-second penalty on gate 4. Coming out on him. Arnstein's out. James Burns on the bubble. Philip Scott running next. And he had one of the best runs out of any chatter last week. Believe it or not. One of the only chatters to reach stage 6. James Burns is out of it. Bernardo's on the bubble. As Philip Scott reaches, or Mr. Musso just barely reaches Pythagoras. Bernardo's on the bubble. We move on to Nox Agarmore, AW finalist. Getting to gate 2, eliminates Bernardo. Puts Leo Provo on the bubble. Come on, K-Rod. Kevin Rodriguez. Ooh, gate 7! Wow, that's impressive. Leo Provo's out of it. Max Suskin is on the bubble. We move on to the semifinalists. Jun Sato failed the first obstacle of stage 7. Oh! Multiple 10-second penalties on Pythagoras. One on gate 3. One on gate 6. And good enough for third, though. Eliminates Suskin, puts Kane Lepsack on the bubble. Damn. Loic Fortier. Gate 2, good enough to move on. Eliminates Lepsack, put Bieber on the bubble. Yusuke Morimoto, the Prince, up next. Oh, did he clear? No, he times out on the run to the buzzer. Damn. Yusuke, whoops. Yusuke, I freaking closed the wrong BGL. Okay. Yusuke fails on the run to the buzzer. Times out on the run to the buzzer. Raiden's still in it. Grace Carr's still in it. And Timonov is still in it. We're still at 3 chatters. Or, sorry, 3. I'm getting confused. 3 debutants. How many women left? Grace Carr. We saw that earlier. B. Rubio. And I believe Isabella Folsom. The only one we lost was Taylor Green. 3 women. How many chatters? Ickenstein. Okay. That can't be it. That can't be it. Scheipner, Sean Bryan, Philip Scott. We're down to 4. Damn, we lost 6 chatters in one stage. This stage is like Sculling Shores all over again. It's chatterproof for the most part. Oh boy, how many members of the top 10 left? All of them except for Majai Koma and Malik. Oh boy. Quarter of the way through, killer of the stage was Spider-Man's. 35 people reached Pythagoras. Kajihara barely moves on. P55, Scheipner P54. Rubio P53, she barely moved on. Oh, number 51, really close to elimination. Into each other's positions, I mean. But, good freaking lord, we're going to move on to stage 3 right now. We are a quarter of the way through this course, down to 55. Running first is still our number 1 competitor, and Aji Raiden. And let me get the intros up here, and we can kick off stage 3. Here we go. This world, like any other, has its landmarks. It has its highs and its lows. But this particular place is the highest peak, or rather, peaks of them all. Stage 3 is Mount Borealis and Mount Betelgeuse. It consists of 7 obstacles. It is a split decision burnout stage. First is Double Devil. No time limits, by the way, for obvious reasons. Double Devil. A combination of the floating steps and devil steps, each done consecutively. Giant cubes from A&W. It's the version from A&W 9. 2 plexiglass cubes that must be crossed with only a small inset ledge at the top to grab onto. This is the version from A&W 9. arrow jumps. A series of overhead, slightly sloped boards that competitors must shimmy across and lachey between from Proto Sasuke. Donkey teeth. Very difficult obstacle. 6 book holds placed in a semicircle as if they were teeth extended from a jaw. Cornice Alley. Competitors jump between 2 suspended square prisms, then cross 4 ascending cliff ledges at various angles. Heartbreaker. 3 vertical boards, 2 horizontal boards, and a 2.2-meter jump. And finally, Articuno. A more difficult version of the ice picks, where the athlete places nunchucks with hooks in a series of small rungs at varying heights and distances. That's not all, there's Mount Beetlejuice. Helix Hang. Competitors cross spinning bars by grabbing the protruding spikes. Kaleidoscope. This is just the regular kaleidoscope. Competitors turn a wheel with cliffhanger ledges with slight lips, which rotates the entire apparatus. And then lachey to the second and third boards and repeat the process. Wingnuts Alley EX from Muso. 5 wingnuts with direction changes mid-rotations. And of course, following this is the Nail Clipper. Hanging cylinders with thick ledges that the competitor uses to rotate and lock in place, allowing them to progress between cylinders. Tick, tock, clock. 2 crazy clocks, each of which is followed by a hanging circle pendulum. The second hanging circle spins. And next, thunderclap. A pair of long boards with thin cliffhanger ledges. One ascending, one descending, with on center spinning axes with a sloper hold in between. So difficult. And finally, doesn't get much more difficult than this, Moltres. An alternate version of Angry Birds. And of course, kicking things off is AJ Radon. Let's see what he does. Here we go. Borealis, failing on the arrow jumps. There's a lead for the moment, but how long will that last? Grace Carr, one of the only debutantes left. Other than that, it's just these two and Timonov. Borealis, giant cubes. Raiden takes the lead in terms of debutants for the moment. Akenstein, first of the chatters. Going on Double Devil. And he will unfortunately take last. LaValle. Never mind. LaValle takes last. Double Devil's tough. Really taking heads right now. Hyoki. Nobody's attempted Mount Beetlejuice yet. Fails on Double Devil. Timonov. First to attempt Mount Beetlejuice, but failing on the Kaleidoscope. Roman. Mount Beetlejuice. Ooh, Nail Clipper. Nearly reaching the back half of Mount Beetlejuice. Flip. Mount Beetlejuice. And he gets nearly farther than RJ Roman. Whoa, RJ Roman was 1 element ahead. Alberti. Mount Beetlejuice. Wingnut Alley. Very close. Ichi Halfin definitely got a new personal best. Borealis. Giant cubes. So close to 3.3 or 3.3A. That's gonna failing on Mount Beetlejuice. Kane Koski. Borealis. Giant cubes. So difficult. Browning. Borealis. Failing on the donkey teeth. Getting him just... Actually, he takes the lead. That's interesting. Nobody's passed Donkey Teeth yet. Nobody's passed the front half. Asa Reynolds could be the man to do it, though. He will not! Double Devil, he takes last. And a former finalist may be first eliminated. Joe Capo, meanwhile. He attempts Mount Beetlejuice. Oh! He reaches the back half! Joe Capo. Very impressive run. Taking the lead so far. We are 1 for 1 on the TikTok clock. He reaches Thunderclap. That is impressive. Riley Hume, meanwhile. Beetlejuice. Oh! Thunderclap! Nearly reaches Moltres. That was close. Dancler. Beetlejuice. Nail Clipper. So tough, this. Eli Duggan. Borealis. And gets to Cornus Alley. Getting into 3rd place. Daniel Gill. His first attempt in the new era. Reaches stage 3. Mount Beetlejuice, after a save on Helix Hang, he fails on the Kaleidoscope. And I forgot to mention, top 40 moves on, bottom 15 are out. 15 eliminations. Probably not good enough to move on for all we know. B. Rubio. Oops. Mount Beetlejuice. Oh, she reaches TikTok clock and gets into the top 5. Damn, that's impressive. Running next is Renee Castley. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Mount Beetlejuice saving on Helix Hang, but failing on the Kaleidoscope. 16th for the moment out of 21. Nearly in the bottom 5. Technician, Tyler Smith. Mount Borealis. Ooh, he gets the Heartbreaker. Articuno! He clears! Tyler Smith is $70,000 richer. First man to clear stage 3. He clears Mount Borealis. Oh my god, we have a clear on stage 3. And if we're getting clears this early on, we may have more. We're only 22 runs in. We're barely even halfway through what's left of the roster. It's crazy. Matthias Neurel, he could do it as well. Okay. Failing on the Double Devil. He definitely does not. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. Black Tigers, including Yamada, watching on. As he takes on Mount Borealis, saving on the Double Devil and failing on the Giant Kings. Zach Toussaint. Damn, his PB was 1.2 last week. Only fair on Mount Borealis. Saving on arrow jumps. Doing very well. Heartbreaker. Easily takes 2nd. We are 1 for 1 on Articuno. That is crazy. Mr. Burnout, Jared Boyd. You'd think he would do well on something like this. Mount Beetlejuice. Doing very well. TikTok clock. Very impressive run, though. Oops. Isaiah Thomas. Mount Beetlejuice saving on Kaleidoscope. Oh, he's getting very far. Thunderclap. So close to Moltres. Beckstrand. Mount Beetlejuice as well. Failing on the Wingnut Alley. Putting him into 14th. It's gonna be close. We're 28 runs in. 15 eliminations. Oops. Tatsuya Tada. Failing on the Helix Hang, he takes last. Oh. One more Sasuke finalist is about to be out of it. Jackson Eridos. Mount Beetlejuice. Is he? No! Taking second, though, he gets to Thunderclap. Nobody else has gotten to Moltres other than Tyler Smith. Ideon Sharif. Tyler Smith, by the way, sorry, is $70,000 richer. Sharif. Borealis. Sending on Donkey Teeth. Failing on Cornus Alley. Very impressive, though. 7th place. 31 runs in. You move on to Hayate Kajihara. Takes on Double Devil and fails on the Devil Steps of Double Devil. Come on, Gravier. Mount Borealis. Saving on Donkey Teeth. Maybe Articuno! First person since Tyler Smith to reach the final obstacle. I don't think anybody's reached Moltres yet. Shite Mount Beetlejuice. Failing on the Nail Clipper, though. 15th. Probably good enough to move on. Yes, it is. Okay. Oliver Lutman takes on Mount Borealis. And fails Cornus Alley. Puts him in 8th. Definitely good enough to move on. 35 runs in. 5 runs until we start seeing eliminations. Here come the Folsoms. Phil first. Mount Borealis. We'll get to the back half. Articuno! He clears as well! Phil Folsom is $70,000 richer. We have 2 clears on Mount Borealis, none on Mount Beetlejuice. I think one may be significantly harder than the other one. Yep. Oh, yeah, nobody's even reached Moltres on Mount Beetlejuice yet, and we have 2 clears on Mount Borealis. Tyler Smith and Phil Folsom. I just accidentally closed that freaking BGM. Sean Bryan, the Papal Ninja, takes on Mount Beetlejuice, saving on Kaleidoscope and failing on the next few Lachey's. Putting him into 28th, not where you want to be at the moment. This deep into the competition. Feinberg, Mount Beetlejuice, Nail Clipper. Such a difficult obstacle. McClintock taking on Mount Borealis. Getting to the back half, saving on Cornus Alley. And he just misses out on a clear. There are 10 movements. He fails on the 7th. So close. Miyoka taking on Mount Borealis. And failing on Cornus Alley. Such a difficult obstacle. Gavin Obi taking on Mount Borealis. Saving on Cornus Alley. Articuno! He clears! Whoops. We have a 3rd clear on Mount Borealis. And he eliminates Kajihara, puts Tatsuya Tada on the bubble. But Gavin Obi, along with Phil Folsom and Tyler Smith, are each $70,000 richer. And Mount Borealis is definitely getting buffed next week. Running next is our most recent champion, Caleb Bergstrom. And he takes on Mount Beetlejuice. Saving on Kaleidoscope. And reaches Moltres. First person to do so. Very impressive run. Nobody's cleared it thus far. And he ran out of stamina. Eliminates Tada. Noirell's on the bubble until we move on to Vance Walker. And he takes on Now Borealis and fails on the Double Devil. He's out of it. The Texas Ninja, the 5-time finalist and 2-time A&W champion. 5-time Omega semifinalist, sorry. And a 2-time A&W champion is out of it on stage 3. Oof. Luke Beckstrand. Mount Beetlejuice. Oh! Thunderclap. Eliminates. Noirel puts Asa Reynolds on the bubble. Damn. Meanwhile, our inaugural champion, Jay Lewis, takes on Mount Borealis. It gets to the Heartbreaker, failing the jump. So difficult. He ran out of stamina. No, he did not run out of stamina. What the hell am I talking about? Eliminates Reynolds, puts Gunna on the bubble. Hyoki. Then it'll be Hyoki, LaValle, Aikenstein, and Castley. And our debutants have managed to stay in it thus far. Sam Folsom takes on Mount Borealis. Saving on Donkey Teeth. Reaching the Heartbreaker as well. Jesus. Easily eliminates Gunna. Hyoki is on the bubble. We move on to Isabella Folsom. Last Folsom to run tonight. She takes on Mount Borealis and fails on the Donkey Teeth. Definitely good enough to move on, putting her in 21st. Eliminates Hyoki. Evan LaValle is on the bubble. We move on to Jan Tatarovic. Still got most of the top 10 left. The Polish competitor takes on Mount Beetlejuice. Saving on Wingnut Alley, failing on the Nail Clipper. Good enough to eliminate LaValle, though. But Aikenstein on the bubble. Another chatter. Noah Munier running next. He takes on Mount Borealis. Oh! Articuno! No! Nearly misses. He misses on the first movement once. Then he fails on the third. Good enough to eliminate Aikenstein, though. Put Renee on the bubble. Mr. Musso, Philip Scott. He's been doing very well recently. Taking on Mount Borealis, though. Failing on the arrow jumps. 31st, that's good enough. Renee's out of it. Sean Bryan's on the bubble. Knox Agarmore running next. He takes on Mount Beetlejuice. And he fails on TikTok Clock. Eliminates Sean Bryan. Timonov's on the bubble. He's about to be out of it. We're down to 2 chatters. Debutants. Wait, hold on. We are 40. We only have K-Rod. We only have a few runners left. Timonov's about to be out of it. So it's down to Angie Raiden and Grace Carr. One of those two is going to be your next best debutant. K-Rod running next. He takes on Mount Beetlejuice, saving on Helix Hang. Getting the Thunderclap by the skin of his teeth. Grace Carr may move on, but it's going to be close. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto is guaranteed to move on, so Grace Carr might be out of it. And if that's the case, Raidon's going to be your last, your best debutant. Timonom's out of it. Daniel Gill's on the bubble as we move on to the semifinalists. Jun Sato. Mount Beetlejuice. Failing on the Kaleidoscope, he's out of it. And with that, Kane's guaranteed to move on. Loic Fortier. Only a few semifinals left. Fortier takes off Mount Beetlejuice. Failing on Wingnut Alley. Eliminates Daniel Gill. 36. Is good enough to move on because all we got left is Yusuke. Yusuke Morimoto because we lost Malik. Grace Carr is going to remain in this thing. One of these two is going to move on. Issei Halfin or Yusuke Morimoto. Taking on Mount Beetlejuice, sorry. Oh, he reaches Moltres and takes the overall record. Wait, no, he clears it! He clears Mount Beetlejuice! Yusuke Morimoto, the only man to clear Mount Beetlejuice. He is $70,000 richer. Good freaking lord. And both of the debutants are in it still. Eliminates Issei Half and he's P41. Race car on the bubble. And let's see our clear overview. So many people we got left. First, let's look at the debutants. Well, we don't really need to because it's just Angel Raiden and Grace Carr. One of these two is going to be your best debutant. How many women left? Grace Carr is one of them. Isabella Folsom's still in it. And the other one was B. Rubio. She's still in it. We didn't lose a single female competitor. We almost did, but Grace Carr makes it to stage 4 by the skin of her teeth. 3 women left. How many chatters? If any. We got Scheibner and Philip Scott. Oh, Fabian Scheibner is one chatter away from becoming your... It's just Philip Scott away from becoming your Chatters champion. We got a match on our hands. The following match scheduled for one falls for the Chatters championship. In this corner, the challenger, Fabian Scheibner. And the champion, Philip Scott. 2 chatters, 3 women, 2 debutantes. And it may all be decided with this next stage. And the killer of the stage is Double Devil by a factor of 1. Nail Clipper and Thunderclap second by... We move on to stage 4. We're about to round off the back half of this course. And here we go. As soon as I get the intros ready. Here we go. As you reach the halfway point of this course, you see a floating island in the sky. Way up there. Rest your next challenge. Stage 4 is New Babylon. I almost said Mount Babylon. What the hell am I talking about? It consists of 10 obstacles and is a mixed progression stage. First is the Crazy Hill Run from, I believe, Proto Sasuke. Nope. Oh wait, yeah. 2 angle platforms with a ring swing to transfer between them. And next is the Falling Shelves. And yes, this is the version from ANW 12. Not the version from ANW 13. So essentially, swing edge before swing edge. 3 swinging X-shaped boards with ledges that the competitor laches across. The last board requires a reverse grab. Hourglass drop. And this is the version from ANW 7. So it is board, trampoline, board for this version. Directly into Time Bomb. Right, it is a 9. 2 cannonballs affixed to rings shaped similar to a kettleball that must be moved across a series of spinning hooks. Damn, that's tough. A scrapped obstacle from Proto Sasuke, Candelabra. Consists of 5 wind chimes and 5 ropes attached to an overhead board on a pivot. Finally, Lethal Library. Capping off the Library of Babel, the horizontal segment, competitors climb up a tilting devil steps rig that becomes descending devil books once they reach the fulcrum. They then jump from a super tramp to a book slayer. It's from a sharp tank. Kicking off the vertical segment is the super lumberjack climb. A version of the lumberjack climb that starts similar to the spider flip, requiring competitors to climb around the 90-degree upwards turn before they're beginning their ascent of the Tower of Babel. Next, in the upper the Tower of Babel, the vertical segment, sorry, On-Guard Ladder Zudon. A version of the same ladder where competitors use the on-guard telescoping bar to hop up rungs, some of which are blocked by plexiglass, forcing the competitors to retract the bar. Next is the elevator climb. And these are the failable versions of the obstacles. Competitors use a set of handles to climb directly vertical, sliding the handles up a track. The handles lock in whenever they're pulled down upon. And finally, of course, the failable version of the magic ladder. Competitors hang from 2 triangular holds, pushing them upwards so that they can be caught on pulleys, allowing them to ascend. I believe this is from Proto Sasuke. But, yeah, if you clear this, you win $100,000. Because nobody's clearing this shit. Top 30 move on. Bottom 10 are out. Last 10 eliminations of this course, certainly of the front half. 2 chatters, 3 women, and 2 debutantes left. How many of them, if any, will move on to the back half of the course? We're about to find out. Kicking things off once again, our number 1 runner, A.G. Raiden. Let's see how he does. Hourglass drop. Takes him out of it for the moment. Grace Carr knows what she's got to do. If she passes the second board of the hourglass drop, she will be guaranteed your last. She'll guarantee herself as the best debutant. And it'll be the second week in a row that it was done by a woman. Let's see how she does. She does! She's your best debutant. She reaches the elevator climb. Grace Carr is your best debutant. That's crazy. Grace Carr is your best debutant for tonight. Still got women and chatters left to go. RJ Roman. Saving on... she saved on the on-guard ladder. RJ Roman saving on the hourglass drop and failing on the time bomb. Not getting as many fails on the falling shelves this time, because I need an easier version. Failing on time bomb is the loose cannon. Flip! Failing on hourglass drop. So difficult. And that's directly into the time bomb. Alberti saving on crazy hill run, getting a new personal best by 2 obstacles. Yep, 2. Kane Koski saving on falling shelves. Can he get back to the back half of the course? Missing twice. Missing once on that second movement in time bomb and failing it seconds later. Elijah Browning definitely getting a new personal best tonight. But failing on the hourglass drop. Joe Capo. 10 eliminations. Trying not to be one of them. Time bomb is taking so many heads. It's crazy. Riley Hume. Ooh. Tower of Babel. Nearly gets there. Lethal Library. I believe he is its first victim, taking second for the moment out of 9. Xavier Dancer running next. Missing once on time bomb. Failing on Lethal Library as well. Eli Duggan. Missing twice on time bomb. Failing on Candelabra. Only in 4th out of 11. B. Rubio. Best debutant from last week. Failing on Candelabra. But she does go into 4th. That is impressive. May not be good enough to move on, but we'll see. Technician Tyler Smith. Candelabra as well. Ooh. Yoshi trying to get to the back half of the course for the second week in a row. Can he do it? No, the falling shelves. Another victim of the falling shelves is Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. He is currently in last. To say Missing once on time bomb, getting to the lethal library, nearly getting to the Tower of Babel. Mr. Burnout, share a boy. Ooh, Tower of TOB on guard ladder. He is its first victim in this era. Considering Grace Carr has the lead, by the way. Holy crap. Former finalist Isaiah Thomas. And he's out on the hourglass drop. Bottom 5 for the moment. Oh, we are 17 runs in. Kai Beckstrand. Saving on time bomb. Failing on lethal library. Is the A&W finalist. Jackson Arenas. Missing twice on time bomb. Failing on a super lumberjack climb. What? Alright, good enough for third, though. No. Sharif. Never mind, Crazy Hill Run. First victim of the first obstacle in New Babylon. And right before another fellow Frenchman, Clément Grappier. Not making the same mistake with failing on time bomb and saving on the hourglass drop. Good enough for 11. And that, he's guaranteed to move on. Fabian Scheibner, if you're out of the bottom 10, you move on. Scheibner, missing twice on time bomb, failing on Candelabra. And I'm pretty sure it's just Scheibner and Philip Scott left for the Chatters. Oliver Lutman made history on Mount Bittercold several weeks, a few months ago. Failing on lethal library, he's not going to be the first to clear this one. I'll be good enough to move on, though. He's currently in 5th. Here come the Folsoms. Phil first. Saving on Candelabra. Reaching elevator climb. Running out of stamina on the elevator climb, but he does get into first. And, Radium, question. If I were to put the final stage version of the elevator climb, would he run out of stamina on it? Would he fail if he ran out of stamina?
I have actually not tested it out yet.
Yeah, I might have to do that later, because it only shows one line of text on elevator climb. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting case. Max Feinberg. And he's out on the falling shelves. Will be second eliminated. Maybe second eliminated. Jake McClintock. Ooh, lethal library. Mioka. Missing twice consecutively on time bomb, but getting to the end of the on-guard ladder. Letting him into 4th. Gavin Obi running next. Failing on the hourglass drop, though. Good enough for 22nd. Not good enough to move on. Not yet. Bergstrom. Missing 3 times on time bomb and failing on Candelabra. 13th. That's good enough to move on. He's going to the back half. Luke Beckstrand. He's out on falling shelves. He's in the bottom 5. Not a good spot for him right now. Jay Lewis. Missing once on time bomb. Saving on Candelabra. Failing on guard ladder. Good enough for 4th, though. On guard ladder, Judan. Eliminates Ileon Sharif. Max Feinberg is on the bubble. RJ Roman's guaranteed to move on. Sam Folsom. Missing once on time bomb. Getting to the elevator climb. Good enough for 2nd. Oh boy. Isabella Folsom. And Grace Carr is still in 3rd. She's got to get, Isabella Folsom's got to get to the elevator climb in order to, she's got to move on to stage 5 in order to guarantee herself a shot to be LWS. She might do that, though. Elevator climb as well! She takes the 3rd place spot from Grace Carr. Both of the remaining women are in the top 5, including the debutante. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. Tatarovich, saving on falling shelves what remains of the top 10. Eliminates Beckstrand and puts Raiden on the bubble. Wait, Raiden was still in it. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter now. Grace Carr is still best debutante. Either way, I can now confirm for real this time that Grace Carr is your best debutante for this week. Damn. Luke Beckstrand's out of it. I can't talk. Noah Munier. Missing once on Time Bomb. Ooh, a save on Lethal Library. He gets to the end, near the end of the On Guard ladder. Philip Scott trying to become last Shatter, or your Shatter champion. Trying to retain the title. He will not. Which means, for the first time in his career, Fabian Scheitner is your new Shatter's champion. Let me make sure I spell his name right. And ladies and gentlemen, your new Shatter's champion is Fabian Scheitner. Fabi did it. Whether he'll move on to the back half of the course remains to be seen, but Philip Scott, unfortunately, is out of it. Noxagar Moore. Ready next. Falling Shelves. He's out of it. K-Rod. Next. Saving on Hourglass Drop. Getting to the Lethal Library. Nope. Super Lumberjack climb. Eliminates Flip. Kane's guaranteed to move on. That means Joe Capo's getting to the back half. Browning's on the bubble. We move on to Jun Sato. But he fails the Hourglass Drop, and he's out of it. Jun Sato, 1 semifinalist left, and it's Yusuke Morimoto. Saving on the falling shelves. He's moving on. How much farther can he go? The elevator climb. But he is unable to take first from Phil Folsom. But he's definitely moving on for sure. Let's see who we got left. Grace Carr, Isabella Folsom, 4 members of the top 10 left. Ninja Killer of the stage is a 3-way tie. Damn. Hourglass Drop, Candelabra, and Lethal Library each take 6 competitors out of the equation. Time Bomb, and Falling Shelves, and Elevator Clock. 2 3-way ties. I didn't even see that. Damn. They each take 5. Whoa, it was very spread out. These fails very spread out. Running next. We're not running next. We're talking. For the women, it is Grace Carr and Isabella Folsom. Down to 2 women left. Scheitner is your only chatter left. He's your last chatter stand. For the debutantes, just Grace Carr. We have a debutante in the back half of the course. Freaking chatters and the debutantes compete. Oh boy. We're going to see some changes in the interface momentarily. So I did make a few changes. But yeah, we're going to move on to stage 5. Running first is number 2, Grace Carr. And now, this is where we kick off the back half of the course. Okay. Here we go. Turns out that the summit of New Babylon was a portal. Anyone who reaches it or enters it is taken to an unknown region of space. At first glance, it seems to be just a bunch of floating rocks and boulders. But notice to the 30 that remain, this is where the back half of the course begins. Stage 5 is the asteroid belt. It is a rock climbing based stage consisting of 6 obstacles. And look at the new interface. This is very cool. Circle climbing is the only new obstacle. From Kosasuke, a horizontal wall traverse with circular protrusions for the competitor's hands and feet. Next is Dino Domain. Competitors climb the underside of an L-shaped plank like a spider flip, then dino up to a series of thick cylindrical jugs on an inverted wall. This is rated as a 9. So it's going to prove very difficult for these 30. Not right next. Following this is the hang climbing from Sasuke. An inverted rock wall that the competitor climbs with their hands and feet. Kicking off the back half is Devil Roof. Shallow pitch, descending and ascending inverted rock wall similar to hang climbing with more difficult holds from Taiku World. Rock Problem. A rock problem on the other side of a wall and move from the beginning of the stage to the end is the magic wall. A rock wall on a tall rectangular prism that requires the competitor to cross from the backside to the backside, then climb up a face that tilts backward. So it has 5 faces, one of them being inverted. It is very difficult. Last time we only had 9 people moving on to stage 6. How many, if any, will do so tonight? Now we're gonna kick off stage 5 with our number 2 seed, Grace Clark. Here we go. And if you clear, you clear. If you don't, you're out of it, as demonstrated by Grace Clark. 29 remain. Whoops. The loose cannon, RJ Roman, is out on Dino Domain. Tom Alberti, Dino Domain. Might have to replace that later. Kane Koski. Ooh, Devil Roof. We're not gonna have a stage 5 wipeout, are we? Kappa. Magic Wall. First person to get there tonight. And last week's clear rate was 30 in stage 5, 9 in stage 6, 5 in stage 7, and obviously none in the final. Riley Hume. We're looking good. Magic Wall. The inverted face. So close to stage 6. His first attempt in this era. Xavier Danson. Devil Roof. We are 7 runs in, no clears so far. Eli Dagan, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's our first clear, is going to stage 6. Yes, Dagan. Yeah, Dagan's moving on. I believe we are down to actually, there's 3 women left. Actually, never mind. There's 2 because Grace Carr's on. There was 3 women left. I completely forgot about our next runner, B. Rubio. That's David Tall from last week. She reaches the back half of the course in her 2nd attempt, and she clears it. She's going to stage 6. B. freaking Rubio. That's crazy. And she may be your last woman standing for all we know. Because the only other woman left is Isabella Folsom. She's very strong, but I mean, seen stranger things happen here. Tyler Smith. Saving on the Devil Roof, but failing on the ascent. Or saving on the descent. But we have a woman make it in her 2nd attempt, but Tyler Smith does not. Former finalist. To save. Second to last face. Boy, Mr. Burnout. You think he'd do well in this, but Rock Problem takes him out of it. Isaiah Thomas. And he's our 3rd clear. He's going to stage 6. Kai Beckstrand. Isaiah Thomas gets there for the first time in his career, or in this era, sorry. Kai Beckstrand. He's going to stage 6, 4 for 14. Nearly halfway through what's left of this roster. Almost digested a #1 ninja in the world, most recent NXT champion Jackson Arias by accident. Oops. And of course he's moving on. But he gets up to 5 clears. And yes, the clear clear counter moves up automatically. Going next is Clement Gravier. Oops. He's moving on. Scheibner. Well, never mind. He's already your last chatter standing. Can we have a chatter in stage 6? Last week it was Philip Scott. Can Scheibner pull it off tonight? No, the rock problem. He was 2 obstacles away, and that will do it for the chatters. Whoa, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be special. Oliver Lutman. He moves on. Lutman, in his first appearance since Tournament 11, is going to stage 6. Yes, Oliver. Oh boy, here come the Folsoms. Starting with Phil. Of course, he's moving on. 8 for 19. Jake McClintock next. And he fails on that inverted wall, the magic wall, after saving on the 3rd. He put his all in that run. Ryosuke Miyoka. Salaryman's moving on. Gavin Obi. Saving on the first base of the magic wall, putting us at 10 for 22. We're nearing a 50-50 clear rate as we move on to Caleb Bergstrom. Saving on the descent of the Devil Roof. And of course, he moves on. Jay Lewis. Wait, the champions are going back to back. That's crazy. Jay Lewis. He's out on the magic wall. Only 1 champ remains. It's Caleb Bergstrom. 2 Folsoms left to go. Sam next. Saving on the hang climbing. He moves on. Isabella Folsom, in order to remain in the fight to be last woman standing, she's got to beat the asteroid belt. And she will! She saves on the inverted wall. She's going to stage 6. We have 2 women in stage 6. 13 for 26. Tatarovich. Never mind, he fails circle climb. That is rough. Noah Munier. He moves on. 14 for 28. K-Rod running next. He fails on the Devil Roof. The most we can have is 15. And that's if UCA clears the asteroid belt for the 2nd week in a row. Will he? Yes! Alright, let's look at our clear rate again. That was extremely quick. Asteroid belt takes no time at all. We literally divided our clear rate in half. The killer of the stage is a tie between Devil Roof and Magic Wall. 1 woman left. No, 2 women left. B. Rubio, Isabella Folsom. And no chatters. And 2 members of the top 10. It's Noah Munier and Yusuke Morimoto. Oh boy. 15 remain. And how many will become semifinalists? 5 have done it before. See if any of them can do it tonight as we move on to stage 6. But yeah, this is where it starts to get interesting. This is where it starts to get really interesting. And if I recall, 1 debutant, 2 women, and no chatters. 2 women, and 1 of them is a debutant. That's crazy. Here we go. 3 stages. We have now entered interstellar space. As our destination draws nearer, however, the stars around us appear to be stretching. Rather than looking like little dots, they seem to look like lines. It's almost as if we're approaching light speed. Stage 6 is FTL, Forlorn Twinkling Lights. It is a combo stage consisting of 11 obstacles. First is the time segment, Blue Shift. First obstacle is Spin Bridge EX2. And it's a version from Muso. Spin Bridge, but with 8 balls and height variations. Minefield, a classic obstacle from A&W. Series of cones and cannonballs that you must traverse. V-Wing to Cargo. Competitors swing from a thick inverted V-hold to a cargo net, which they must descend. And by the way, the text is slightly brighter so that you can actually more visible to improve visibility. Next is Earth. From Super Rider, but no bikes necessary for this particular version. You're walking on a giant sphere that looks like the planet Earth. And it's like the balance tank, but with a giant sphere. Or in this case, a planet. Magna Rocket Dragon. Capping off the time segment, Blue Shift, a super tramp jump to a giant post. The competitor then shimmies 90 degrees around the post and jumps to safety. Time limit is 95 seconds. Once you pass this, you'll reach the untimed segment, Red Shift. First, of course, is the Jawbreaker. Competitors hop into a bar into rocking cradles at 45-degree angles, repeating that movement a total of 3 times. This is the qualifier version. The third cradle hangs straight down, requiring a mid-air upwards thrust. It is very difficult. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, it's directly into the Sleepy Sidewinder. The Sasuke 39 Sidewinder with a spinning wall of pipe dream before it. Ultimate Frisbee. From the WNL. Competitors build up momentum while standing on a swinging pendulum and jump through the first of 2 spinning discs and lachey across. Nice paint job. Thank you. I appreciate it. From WNL. Competitors lachey between sideways rotating boards using the affixed hand. The new obstacle is the pinch border. From Muso. Air Surfer, where the handholds are vertical limit ledges. There's only one very small hop in the middle compared to the usual Air Surfer. And finally, of course, Over Under. Competitors lachey to a bar which either tips forward if enough weight is put on it, or backward, which affects the difficulty of the lachey to the next bar. It's actually rated as a 3, which is interesting. I should probably replace that soon. But 15 remain. How many, if any, will reach Stage 7 and become a semi-finalist? And running first tonight is... Eli Duggan. Whoa. He has been around since he's missed the entirety of OMEGA² and he's gone all the way to Stage 6. We've had 5 semi-finalists and of course no finalists thus far. Will we have any tonight? Eli Duggan kicking things off. Looking good, saving on Earth, but timing out on the Magna Rocket Dragon by 1/4 of a second. Damn, that sucks. Running next is B. Rubio, trying to become your last woman standing for the first time in her career. Good luck. And she fails on the V-Wing to Cargo. She fails on the cargo net of all things, which is an interesting thing.
It's basically like a jump hang where, you get too low, your body can probably want to happen.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, she's body blushing and, then...
Yep, Isabella Folsom knows what she has to do. She's just got to beat V-Wing to Cargo to become your last woman standing for the second time. Last week's last woman standing was Aksha Papu. Isaiah Thomas running next. Former finalist, getting to stage 6 for the first time in this era. He reaches Redshift. Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Can he become a semi-finalist? Can he be 1-for-1 in FTL? Jawbreaker. Directly into the Sleepy Sidewinder. Isaiah Thomas saving on the third pillar. There are 4 of them, but he's out on Ultimate Frisbee. Isaiah Thomas fails on stage 6. 1-for-2 on stage 5. 0-for-1 on stage 6. But a damn good effort, though. By the way, I'm going to check. What is Ultimate Frisbee rated as? Ultimate Frisbee is rated as a 5. That is rough. No clears so far. We move on to Kai Beckstrand. I don't think he's become a semifinalist yet. I do not think he has. Let me check to be sure. I think he... Actually, no. I'm stupid. He's done it twice. Kai Beckstrand running next. Trying to become a 3-time semifinalist. Whoa, Redshift. This could be interesting. Can he become a 3-time semifinalist? Can he do it for the first time in this era? Redshift. Jawbreaker first. Oh. He's still gotten farther than... Oh, saving on Sleepy Sidewinder. Getting farther than Thomas. We have a semifinalist. And it's Kai Beckstrand. Oh, his brother Luke watches on. With immense pride. Hello, Bone. Kai Beckstrand is a 3-time semifinalist. We now move on, though, to Jackson Erdos. Last time he got to stage 7 for the first time in an era, he failed the literal last jump. Failing on the dismount of the lightning bolts. Nearly becoming the first finalist of OMEGA2. Can he do it in OMEGA3? Blue shift. He beats the Klaxon by 300s and makes it to red shift. He would become a 4-time semifinalist. Jackson Erdos, he's a Sharp Tank champion. How will he fare against Redshift? He's never faced anything like FTL before. Good so far. Got a lot of stamina left. There is no room for error from here on out. If you fail, you're out. If you clear, you move on. Pinch border. Over under. He's a 4-time semifinalist. Oh boy. Number 1 ninja in the world moves on to stage 7 again. I'm loving our odds right now. 2 clears so far. 5 runs in. We move on to Cremon Cravier. And we're nearly 2 hours into the broadcast. Cremon Cravier running next. Tragic Hero of Omega, former finalist. Whoa, it was close. Just over 3 seconds as he moves on to Redshift. Cravier, can he be 1-for-1 on FTL? Looking good so far. Got to the rest point. Oh. Nice paint job. Pinch border. Over under. He's a semifinalist. Clement Cravier. We have a Frenchman in stage 7. A Tragic Hero of Omega gets another shot of revenge. And it's the afterlife. Considering the state it's in, that completing it is going to be no easy feat. It never has been, but it's harder than it's ever been. Oh boy! Oliver Lutman could become a semifinal. He could become a 2-time semifinalist. It would be the first time he's done it since Tournament 8 The end of the last era. Come on, Oliver. How will he fare against FTL? He reaches Redshift with 5 seconds left. Oh my god, if he reaches stage 7 again. Oh my god, that's good. You cannot underestimate this man. He beat Mount Bittercold, becoming one of the only people to do so. Until Tournament 23 happened. Redshift. Come on, Oliver. Looking good so far. Sleepy Sidewinder. No! Lumping is out of it. Sleepy Sidewinder takes him out of it, denies him a shot at stage 7, but he could be in the top 10. Meaning he may come back. He's gonna. If you're in the top 10, you come back next week. That's how it's always been in Omega. Running next. Here come the Folsoms. Surely one of them gets to stage 7. Starting with Phil. Fellow Barnburners watching on as he takes on Blue Shift for the first time in his career. Saving on Earth. Beating the Klaxon and reaching Redshift. Phil Folsom would be a 4-time semifinalist. All he's got to do now to pull that off is to beat Redshift. Good so far. Sleepy Sidewinder. Saving on the first of the 4 pillars. Good. But he fails on Ultimate Frisbee. First of the Folsoms to fall is Phil. Whoa. This is, things are looking a bit more grim now. But Salaryman Ryosuke Miyoka is looking to keep things alive here. He would become a 4-time semifinalist. He did it once in Omega 1. No, he did it twice in Omega. 3 times in Omega 2. So this would be a 6th time reaching stage 7. He's just got to beat FTL. Saving on Magna Rocket Dragon. He's going to Redshift. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see how he handles Redshift. Can he be 1-for-1 on FTL? A lot of these competitors have never even faced FTL before. Because we only had 9 people pass Asteroid Belt. Because of the magic wall. Saving on freaking Sleepy Sidewinder, but he fails on the pinch border. The Salaryman is out of it. Oh, this is gonna be close. Still down to 3. We will have a stage 7. Gavin Obi next. I forgot to change the music. Gavin Obi. It didn't even matter. He beat the Klaxon, reached Redshift. I completely forgot to change the freaking BGM until, like, the end of his run. Gavin Obi is trying to become a 3-time semifinalist. It'll be the first time in this era. All he's got to do now to pull that off is to beat Redshift. 6 obstacles. No, 0 room for this. This is the part of the course where there is 0 room for error. Got Ultimate Frisbee. Nice paint job. Pinch border. Got it. He's going to stage 7 again. Gavin Obi puts us at 4 semifinalists tonight. Oh boy. Caleb Bergstrom. He is trying to become, I cannot recall how many times he's reached stage 7. He's done it before when he beat the freaking course a few weeks ago. This is gonna be interesting. We'll see how he handles FTL. Yep, FTL. I almost got the name wrong. Beats the Klaxon, reaches Redshift. This reached Redshift, but can he reach stage 7? Redshift. We've had 9 unique semifinalists in this era so far. Bergstrom's trying to make it 10. Made it to the back half of Redshift. And he's going to stage 7. Putting us up to 5. Caleb Bergstrom is at the very least a multi-time semifinalist. 2 of the foursomes left. First to go is Sam. Phil can do nothing but watch as he takes on Blue Shift and fails on the spin bridge. One of the foursomes left, and it's Isabella. Oops, that's November. And B. Rubio, I cannot recall how well she did.
She reached V-wing to cargo.
V-wing to cargo. So that means Isabella Folsom, if she passes V-wing to cargo, she will be your last woman standing for the second time in 5 weeks. Second time in around just over a month. Last of the Folsoms. We have a female semifinalist for the 3rd time. Isabella Folsom takes on FTL. And she fails on V-wing to cargo.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to... Oh, they even both failed the cargo net section.
Yeah, they failed the same segment.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to who's the fastest.
Okay.
Now.
49.31 for Isabella Folsom. B. Rubio reached it with 45.24, which means Isabella Folsom is your last woman standing. And that will do it for the Folsoms. Yeah, Isabella Folsom is now I believe, a 2-time last woman standing. Yes, she did it in tournament 20. She's done it in tournament 24. That'll do it for the women. Chatters are gone. Women are gone. Debutantes are gone. It's just the dudes at this point. Now we're gonna move on to the splintered remains of the top 10. We move on to Noah Muir. Good so far. Doesn't manage to beat the Klaxon, but he reaches Redshift. He's got a new personal best in this era. He failed on Earth last week. And now for the first time in his career, he faces Redshift. Noah Munier. If he were to move on, he would be a 3-time semifinalist. Nope, 4-time semifinalist. Saving on Ultimate Frisbee. And he does! Noah Munier is a 4-time semifinalist. 1 competitor left to run, and it's Yusuke Morimoto. He did it last week. Sorry. Yusuke Morimoto. Got to the back half of stage 7 last week and failed the first obstacle. He's trying to become a semifinalist again. Can he do it tonight? Blue Shift. Saving on V-wing to cargo. And he's going to Redshift. Doesn't beat the Klaxon. Wait a minute, that's a palindrome. Look at that, that's a palindrome. 08. The last 4 digits are a palindrome. 0880. That's funny. But yeah, Yusuke now takes on, for the 2nd time in a row, Redshift. Come on, Yusuke. Trying to become a 2-time semifinalist in this era. Can he? He's beaten this before. Pinch border, maybe the only issue, not for Yusuke. He's going to stage 7, and he is once again a semifinalist. We're down to 7. And Yusuke Morimoto, by the way, is the first multi-time semifinalist in this era. He's now a 2-time semifinalist. 7 remain. Kai Beckstrand. I say Kai. I mentioned first name because of Jack. Oh, I'm loving this roster. Beckstrand, Erdos, Gravier, Obi, Bergstrom, Munir, Morimoto. And killer of the stage is a tie between V-Wing the Cargo and Ultimate Freeze. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where shit absolutely hits the fan. This is where it gets absolutely nuts. But yeah, a lot more than we had last week. Let's get into stage 7. Okay. Here we go. Oh, oops. Sorry. I don't know why my throat's so dry right now. Here we go. 2 stages remain. This is where things get crazy. Normally at this point there's an Afterlife themed stage, and that's no different this time around. It's normally a split decision upper body gauntlet, sorry. In this new universe though, the realms of the Afterlife have merged. So now, instead of having a choice of one of 2 upper body stages, now you must face them both. Stage 7 is Amalgamated Afterlife. It consists of 12 obstacles and is divided into 2 segments. First is Dystopia, the Hell-themed segment. Devil Books, directly into the Doorknob Delta, which is a mix of the Rumbling Dice and the Doorknob Grasper. A split decision between Big Red, a difficult cliffhanger, or Vertical Limit EX from Muso. 4 vertical limit ledges with multiple backwards transitions. Hell's Gate from Sasuke Nitro. A twist on the floating monkey bars with a ascending segment and a cross segment in the middle and a descent at the end. Dragon Back. Several vertical hops, multiple vertical shoots, and a jump between the 2. Finally, 7 circles of hell. Ring toss, skyhooks, ring jump, and final ring consecutively with a dismount. And now for the back half, Utopia. It's only been reached twice. The Ferrex version of the skyhooks directly into the upwinder. A split decision between Cliffhanger Odyssey from Muso. 11 ledges with slanted ledges, dropping ledges, rounded ledges, you name it, it's got it, and a dismount. Or the altitude limit. 3 vertical limit ledges with multiple vertical transitions. Flying Bar Triple Deluxe is a mix of the Noah's Ark, the Northeast Regional Flying Bar, and the Bear Trap. Island of the I-Beams is a mix of the Hinge and the I-Beam Flip. And finally, probably going to be the crux of the stage, the last barrier standing between these 7 and the final stage, Ho-Oh. A super belt version of the Kaleidoscope with 7 sets of rotating, progressively thinner ledges, and the last of which requires a sloper grip, which requires a cross grab at the end. Will anyone survive the newly amalgamated Afterlife? Let's get into it. 7 remain. And it's a very strong roster. I'm loving our odds right now. 7 athletes remain. The first to run tonight is the third to do it in this era. He is an A&W finalist and a former Omega semifinalist. His name is Kai Beckstrand. And tonight, he is the first man to attempt Amalgamated Afterlife. We kick things off with Dystopia. Kai Beckstrand is now a 3-time semifinalist. First time he's done it in this era. As I said, this where shit hits the fan. In his first attempt in the new era, he reaches stage 7 and becomes a semifinalist again. Good luck. Here we go. Devil Books directly into Doorknob Delta. Still no rest points left. Kai Beckstrand. These 7, you know these 7 want to become a finalist tonight. This is where things get crazy. Doorknob Delta is going to take a while. He's got it. He's going for Vertical Limit EX. The only person to do that last week was Yusuke. And he cleared it. Can Kai Beckstrand do the same? No, he cannot!
Oh.
Kai Beckstrand. That was a gutsy move, but unfortunately it did not pay off. Oh boy. Running next, though. One of the strongest competitors in the world. Let me get to the part of the BGM. 6 athletes remain. Next to run is the #1 ninja in the world and the most recent NSC champion, former last man standing, Jackson Erdos. He has now become a 4-time semifinalist. For the first time in his career, he faces Amalgamated Afterlife. Here we go. Dystopia. Devil Books. Kai Beckstrand got to 7.3. Doorknob Delta. Jackson Erdos, one of the only times he reached stage 7, he failed the last jump, failing on the dismount of the lightning bolts. Taking a little bit of time through Doorknob Delta. It is a stamina drainer. Split decision. He's going for Big Red, saving on the second ledge. Going for that first jump. I don't think he's faced anything like this. He's got it. Leftward move. Going for another jump. Crazy jump. Jackson Erdos, we know he can handle it. He's got it. Hell's Gate. So difficult, this. He's got the ascent. He's basically just done the cloud ladder. Now for the across segment. Got it. The descent now. Jackson Erdos. Can he hang on? He moves on the dragon back. No way.
He might actually do this.
Jackson Erdos. He could reach Utopia, becoming the 3rd person to do so. Going for SCOH now. The only 2 people to reach it so far is Amir Malik and Yusuke Morimoto, only one of which is here. Malik took a shocking exit on the first obstacle, continuing the champion's curse. Erdos, meanwhile, going on to the skyhooks. I just realized I put 2 ring tech obstacles in a row. That's my bad.
Oh, whatever.
Ascent. Now for the ring toss, going for the descent. Final ring. Come on, Erdos.
Come on.
Trying to become the 3rd man to reach Utopia. And if he does so, there is a chance he could be a finalist, or at least take the all-time progress record.
Okay.
Going for the dismount on SCOH. Amir Malik, Yusuke Morimoto, and Jackson Erdos has reached Utopia, becoming the 3rd person to do so. Amir Malik, Yusuke Morimoto, and Jackson Erdos. 3rd person to reach this point. But it only gets tougher from here. Because now he's got to face Utopia. He's basically got to do it all over again. The all-time progress record. I'm going to check. Malik reached the failed on the third cradle of the Northeast Regional Flying Bar segment of FBT Deluxe. So he failed on the third cradle. But he did get to the back half of Utopia. Let's see if Jackson and anyone else can do the same. I almost digested him by accident. Whoops. Ferric skyhooks directly into the upwinder. We saw Yusuke fail here last week, failing on that first segment. Got the diagonal jump. This is directly into the upwinder. Gyarados. He's beaten one upper body gauntlet. There's still one to go. There are 4 of these pillars, if I recall correctly. Come on, Gyarados. One more pillar. Then it's the second split decision. Saving on the 4th pillar. What is he going to go for? Altitude limit. There are, I think this is the version with 4 ledges. If I recall correctly, I will check. Or, I mean, if it is, we're about to find out. No, he's got it.
Oh, he got it.
Flying Bar Triple Deluxe. He's going for the all-time progress record. The farthest anyone's ever gotten is the 3rd cradle of the Northeast Regional Flying Bar. 2 jumps away from taking the progress record from Amir Malik. Make it 1. Jackson Gyarados has the progress record. Oh boy. 3 obstacles away. Going into the bear trap segment. Oh, he's still got a long way to go. Just under half a stamina left. Bear trap move. No!
Oh.
The bear trap.
Me.
The bear trap comes back to bite the #1 ninja in the world. He takes the new progress record by 4 jumps. Actually 5 jumps. But, damn good run. There's a shot he could be your last man standing. And I do not think this dude has VGM. He does not. Next runner is a former finalist. And if I recall correctly, he is a former finalist of Omega. He is, if I recall correctly, he is a 3-time finalist and a 2-time champion of Ninja Warrior France.
Yeah, he won Ninja Warrior France 2 times.
Okay. The tragic hero of Omega, Clément Gravier, now faces Amalgamated Afterlife. And it's for the first time in his career. Probably gotta start putting these runs at 3, because, or maybe, should I put them at 3 or 4? Because I kind of got to pick up the pace here.
I think maybe like 3.
All right. Allez, Gravier! Dystopia. Devil Books. Saving on the Devil Books. Oh. We know he did better than Sato did last week. Doorknob Delta. This is going to take a bit. Split decision. Big red. First jump. Got it. Leftward move. Second jump. To reach the back half. Hell's Gate. Oh, boy. This. Oh, he saves on the ascent. Got the across segment. Now for the descent. To reach the last third of Dystopia. Got it! Dragon back! Oh. SCOH, come on! We know he's capable. He's beaten Stage 7 before in Omega 2. Skyhooks. Come on. Ring jump. Next. Come on. Final ring. Can he be the 4th man to reach Zootopia? Amir Malik, Yusuke Morimoto, Jackson Erdos, and Clement Gravier, the 4th man to reach Zootopia. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Gravier, the Frenchman, is on the stairway to heaven. 1 for 1 on stage 6. He will be 1 for 1 on stage 7 if he somehow conquers Utopia. Ferric Skyhooks. You saw Yusuke fail here last week. And Gravier shares the same fate. Oh, that's tough. Gravier, 2nd place for the moment. Running next, another former last man standing. Nearly failed on the 2nd to last jump of stage 7. He does not have a BGM. Gavin Obi. Now, for the first time in his career, he faces Amalgamated Afterlife. Oops. Gavin, good luck. Dystopia. Starting with Devil Books. You're now at 4 people who've reached the back half of the stage. Malik, Morimoto, Erdos. He's going for Big Red. Erdos and Gravier. Got that last jump. He's onto the back half. Hell's Gate. Back half of Dystopia. Got the Ascent. Should I remove some of these rest points? Just make it a little bit harder, especially on Dystopia.
Okay. For a couple less points, yeah.
Yeah. Probably not on Utopia, because not as many people have gotten there. Going for SCOH now. Here's the former LMS. 7 Circles of Hell. Skyhooks. Come on, Gavin. Ring jump. So tough, this. Final ring. Trying to become the 5th man to reach the back half of this stage. To reach Utopia, Malik, Yusuke, Erdos, Gravier, and Gavin Obi is number 5. Oh boy. This is interesting. 3 people have reached Utopia. Again, it only gets tougher from here. But, I mean, surely there's a shot. These guys genuinely have a shot. I almost freaking digested them again. Gavin Obi now faces, for the first time in his career, Utopia. Skyhooks. And the all-time progress, saving on that first jump, the all-time progress record is still Flying Bar Triple Deluxe. Past the Ferric Skyhooks, now the Upwinder. Come on. Going good so far. Going into the last jump of the Upwinder. Erdos saved it when he failed here. Split decision. Cliffhanger Odyssey or altitude limit. He's going for the altitude limit. One more ledge. Back half. Flying Bar Triple Deluxe. Come on. We saw Erdos fail the bear trap maneuver earlier. Can Gavin Obi pull it off here? Going into the bear trap segment. 2 jumps away from the all-time progress record. Saving on that second jump. Bear trap maneuver.
Boy.
Yes!
Yes!
Island of the I-beams.
Finally.
Island of the I-beams. 7.11. No!
Come on, already?
Gavin Obi fails on the first beam of Island of the I-Beams. Not even the jump, just the I-Beam. Oh, he was so close, dude. The one time. But he put up a hell of an effort. He may be a 2-time last man standing tonight. Oh, boy. Running next. Yeah, oops. This BGM ready? Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Few athletes remaining. 3. Ready next is our most recent champion of A&W and of Omega. His name is Baby Bergie himself, Caleb Bergstrom. And for the first time in this era, he faces Amalgamated Afterlife. He's faced a lot of difficult courses across his illustrious career, but he's never faced anything like Amalgamated Afterlife. Here we go. The A&W champion, Omega's most recent champion, takes on Dystopian, making his way through Doorknob Delta. I believe when he beat Stage 7 in Tournament 22, he's going for Big Red. He beat Devil's Domain, if I recall correctly. First jump on Big Red, got it, leftward movement. Second jump, saving on it and reaching the back half. Big Red. Not Big Red, Hell's Gate. Such a difficult obstacle. Like, every single one of these obstacles is so difficult. It's to the point, there is literally, I said this before in Stage 6, there is 0 room for error. Dragon back. Nothing that this man can't handle. SCOH. Come on. Ring toss. Sky hooks. Come on, surely he can become a finalist again tonight. He can at least get close. Ring jump. Gonna take a bit more stamina out of him. I could remove the rest point between Dragon Back and SCOH. Going for that final ring now. Can he become number 6 to reach Utopia? Yes!
Hey.
Oh! Caleb Bergstrom is the 6th man to reach Utopia. He's cleared the highway to hell. Now, just the stairway to heaven remains. Oh, boy. And as you may recall, this is where shit hits the fan. Good luck. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Utopia. Ferric skyhooks. Saving on that first jump. But he fails on the second. Oh, no. Our most recent champion is out of the equation on 7.7. Oh, boy. I believe we're down to 2. And only one of which has been to this point before. It's going to be difficult. 2 athletes. Next one to go is already a multi-time finalist. He is known as the fastest ninja alive, A&W finalist, Noah Munier. For the first time in his career, he faces the Amalgamated Afterlife. Considering the state it's in, completing it is going to be no easy feat. People have gotten close, but it has never been done before. Let's see how he fares. First, Dystopia. Devil Books. Doorknob Delta. Come on, Noah. Come on, Noah. Doorknob Delta. Split decision. He's going for Big Red. First jump. Got it. Leftward move. Second jump. He's onto the back half. And for these split decisions, I made sure that your choice is either a cliffhanger or a vertical limit. Hell's Gate. Cross section. Descent. I may need to buff Dystopia. Dragon back. Clearly, nothing this man can't handle. SCOH. Ring toss. Come on, Noah. Come on, Noah. Skyhooks. Good so far. Ring jump. Come on. Final ring. Can we have another clear on Dystopia? Going for the dismount is the fastest ninja alive, A&W finalist, and he's reached Utopia. Oh, boy. Noah Munier reaches Utopia in his first attempt on stage 7. Oh, this is where things get absolutely nuts. Even more so than it already was. Good luck. Again, the progress record is the first beam of the island of the I-beams. Ferric Skyhooks. Got it. We just saw Caleb Bergstrom fail it earlier. Upwinder. Clearly nothing Munier can't handle. Halfway through the Upwinder. Come on. Split decision coming up. And he picks altitude limit. And he fails on the second ledge.
I wasn't expecting an hour.
Oh. Noah Munier is out of the equation, and we're down to 1. Oh, it may end on stage 7 again. Oh. I gotta find his BGM really quick. Okay. There we go. One athlete makes it. And he's the only one in this era who's been to this point. He's a 5-time finalist and a 2-time champion of Sasuke. He's a 3-time finalist of Omega. He is the Prince Yusuke Sasuke-kun Morimoto. Number 2 in the world. Number 1 in Sasuke. And one of the greatest to ever do this sport. But now, he faces Amalgamated Afterlife. The only one left who's faced this stage before. Last time he was here, he failed the first jump of the Ferric Skyhooks. The only difference is he knows what he's up against. Dystopia. If he fails at any point, this tournament is over. We end again without a finalist. Doorknob Delta. You've seen him do surprise fails before. Split decision. Vertical limit EX. He did this last week, saving on the second ledge. Backwards transition. One more ledge to reach the back half. He's got it. A little bit of a scare, but he manages to recover. Hell's Gate. The same thing he did last week. Descent on Hell's Gate. Dragonback, come on. Clearly, nothing he cannot handle. Dragonback takes him out of it.
Shit, what?
Dragonback ends
Of all things?
of all
Seriously, you say?
things to fail on
Seriously?
Dragonback. He is one of the only people to fail on Dystopia this week. And of all things, that is a shocking way to end this tournament. No finalists tonight. Stage 8 remains untouched. And for all we know, it may remain untouchable. Killer of the stage is the Skyhooks. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Brady Parks just missed out on stage 2. Bieber just missed out on stage 3. Vance Walker last in stage 3. Halfin just missed out on stage 4. Elijah Browning missing out on stage 5. And your last woman standing is Isabella Folsom. Your best debutant is Grace Carr. Your Chatter's champion is Fabian Scheibner. He was P22. Cool. 7 finalists tonight. Let's have a look at tonight's leader. Isaiah Thomas, Phil Folsom, Ryosuke Miyaoka, Kai Beckstrand, Yusuke Morimoto, Clement Gravier, Caleb Bergstrom, Noam Jr., Jackson Erdos. And for the second time, your last man standing is Gavin Obi. Until next time, this has been OMEGA³ Upper Limit. For my co-hosts Venny and Donovan, for Radium Staffman, I've been Caleb Coldcloud. Fare thee well.